Have you ever found a recipe that looks amazing, and then when you go to gather the ingredients, it calls for like a gazillion different things? Or maybe even the prep time takes 4 hours. Well, my friends, this is not that recipe. In fact, this recipe for homemade soft-batch Oreo cookies is insanely easy, as it is delicious. Not only that, but you probably have all the ingredients already in your pantry. You're not gonna wanna miss this recipe, right here on Lori Garcia Studios. To make the cookies, you'll need a devil's food cake mix, 2 eggs, a 1/3 cup of oil, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. To make the frosting centers, you'll need 1 stick of butter, 1/2 cup of shortening, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 pound of powdered sugar. To start, add 2 eggs to your stand mixer. Don't have a stand mixer? No problem. You can just use a mixing bowl and beaters. Then add 1/3 cup of oil and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Mix these ingredients until they're combined. Next, you'll add the cake mix. Instead of measuring out flour, sugar, and baking powder, you can just dump it in cake mix. Mix up the ingredients. Whoops, that's not what you want. Make sure to start on low until the ingredients are combined, then you can increase the speed. And there you have it, a nice soft dough. Spray your hands with cooking spray to prevent the cookie dough from sticking. And then take a small amount of dough and form a ball. The secret here is to make the cookies at roughly the same size. Nothing says amateur like 2 cookies sandwiched together that aren't even close in size. This recipe will make about 12 cookies or 6 soft-batch Oreo cookies. Now you're going to put these cookies in a 350-degree oven and bake for about 12 to 15 minutes. And when they're done, the cookies will be set, and you'll notice that they have little cracks in them, which I think makes them even more charming. Now for the frosting. We're going to switch to the whisk attachment, and we're going to add 1 stick of softened butter. That equals to 1/2 cup or 1/4 pound. Next, we'll put in 1/2 cup of shortening and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Mix these up until smooth. Now we're going to put in our 1 pound of confectioner's sugar. Since we had that problem last time, we're going to make sure our mixer is on nice and slow. We're not going to lose half of our sugar. So take it in small little increments. Here I'm using a 1/2 cup. And once again, make sure your mixer's on slow so you don't lose half of your sugar all over your kitchen. Once it starts to combine, you can increase the speed and watch as the frosting starts to come together. Here my frosting's a little bit thick, so I'm going to add some hot water. Add a tablespoon at a time until you reach the right consistency. Now you might want to scrape down the sides to make sure everything gets incorporated together. You'll know you've hit the right consistency when it's no longer like a thick mass, but instead it's a creamy, light frosting. You definitely don't want it to be runny though, because it's going to be sandwiched between these 2 cookies, and you don't want any sliding out. And there we have our creamy whipped centers. Now here's my little tip. If you just whack this a couple times, it gets all of the frosting off. Now here we're going to find 2 cookies that are roughly the same size, and we're going to just put a little bit in between. Really, you can put as little or as much as you want. You could also use a pastry bag and pipe it pretty if you'd like to. But today, I'm just making them quick and dirty because we like to eat these and we don't care what they look like. And there you have these delicious soft-batch Oreo cookies. They are to die for. I hope you enjoy them too. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Lori. Until next time, this is Lori Garcia Studios.